For 500 years, we told ourselves a story about the Amazon rainforest. The story said it was a pristine wilderness, a vast, green, untouched Eden, too harsh and too poor in soil to ever support real civilization. A few scattered tribes, yes, but nothing more. No cities, no roads, no great societies. The jungle, we said, had always been empty of such things. That story is now collapsing, and the thing dismantling it isn't a shovel. It's a laser fired from an airplane, using a technology called LiDAR, which scans the ground from above and strips away the forest canopy digitally. Researchers studying southwestern Amazonia have revealed the traces of a multicultural civilization that thrived there from around 600 BCE to 850 CE, a society sophisticated enough and populous enough to have supported millions of people. Beneath the trees, invisible from the ground, were the ghostly outlines of settlements, structures, and landscape engineering on a scale nobody believed the Amazon could hold. The remnants were there the whole time. We just couldn't see them until we learned to look from above with light. This is Remnants of Times. Let's uncover what the jungle was hiding. First, understand the technology, because it's rewriting ancient history faster than almost anything in the last century, and it's worth knowing how the magic works. LiDAR stands for light detection and ranging. The principle is simple and beautiful. You mount a scanner on an aircraft or drone, and it fires hundreds of thousands of laser pulses per second down at the ground. Each pulse bounces back, and by measuring exactly how long it takes to return, the system calculates the precise distance to whatever it hit. Now here's the genius part. Some of those pulses hit leaves and branches, but some slip through the tiny gaps in the canopy, all the way to the forest floor, and bounce back from there. By collecting millions of these returns and filtering out everything that hit vegetation, researchers can digitally erase the entire forest and see the bare earth beneath in stunning detail. For jungle archaeology, this is nothing short of revolutionary. For a century, the dense Amazon canopy was an impenetrable veil. Archaeologists could only hack through tiny sections on foot, seeing almost nothing. LiDAR lifts the veil across enormous areas at once, revealing what was always physically there, but hidden by the trees, the mounds, the causeways, the geometric earthworks, the shapes of a civilization. It's the closest thing we have to X-ray vision for the past. Now, what was actually revealed, because the scale is what shatters the old story. The research into southwestern Amazonia points to a multicultural civilization, meaning not one single empire, but a network of interconnected peoples and cultures flourishing across a long span, roughly 600 BCE to 850 CE. That's well over 1,000 years of continuous, organized society in a place we insisted couldn't hold one. And the key word is millions. The landscape shows signs of having supported a population on a scale utterly incompatible with the empty wilderness myth. You don't get earthworks, planned landscapes, and interconnected settlements across huge areas from a handful of wandering bands. You get them from large, settled, organized populations who shape their environment deliberately over centuries. This fits a growing wave of similar discoveries. LiDAR has been transforming our picture of the ancient Americas everywhere it's pointed. Just recently, at Machu Picchu itself, researchers used LiDAR to trace a previously unknown road network, adding new detail to a site we thought we already knew intimately. Across Central and South America, laser scanning keeps revealing that ancient societies were larger, more connected, and more sophisticated than we ever credited. The Amazon finding is a spectacular entry in a story being written continent-wide. The ancient Americas were far more densely built and organized than the textbook said. So how did we get it so wrong for so long? This is the part that makes the discovery a true remnants of time story, because it's about how the past hides. 3 reasons the truth stayed buried. First, the jungle eats its own history. In a temperate climate, a stone ruin can stand for millennia. In the Amazon, the environment is voracious. Vegetation swallows structures within years. Many of these societies built extensively in earth and wood and organic materials, which decay and vanish, leaving only subtle contours in the ground, invisible under the canopy, easily missed on foot. The jungle is one of the most efficient erasers of human traces on Earth. Second, we brought an assumption and let it blind us. Early European observers looked at the Amazon, saw dense jungle, and concluded no great civilization could exist there. That assumption calcified into scientific consensus, and once you're certain nothing is there, you stop looking properly. The pristine wilderness idea wasn't just wrong. It actively prevented discovery because you don't search hard for what you're sure doesn't exist. And third, there's a darker reason the population vanished so completely. When Europeans arrived in the Americas, the diseases they brought killed staggering numbers of indigenous people. By many estimates, a huge proportion of the entire population, often before European explorers even reached a given area. Societies collapsed, populations crashed, and the jungle reclaimed the emptied settlements with terrifying speed. So by the time outsiders arrived to describe the Amazon as empty, it may have been recently emptied, its great populations already fallen, the survivors few, the cities already going green. The wilderness the Europeans discovered was, in part, a graveyard the forest had freshly covered. That's the haunting core of this story. The Amazon didn't lack a civilization. It held one, and then that civilization was erased. Twice, first by catastrophe, then by the jungle, then forgotten by history, until a laser found its bones. Now the honest caveats, because Remnants of Times deals in careful truth, not sensational headlines. LiDAR reveals shapes in the earth, not a finished story. The interpretation of these features, exactly how many people lived there, how the cultures were organized, how they related to each other, is ongoing research. And scholars refine and debate these pictures as more evidence comes in. Could have supported millions is a serious estimate drawn from the scale of the landscape modification, but population numbers for ancient societies are always estimates with real uncertainty. The broad conclusion that a large, sophisticated society existed here is strongly supported. The precise details are still being worked out honestly and carefully by the researchers. And to be clear, LiDAR doesn't replace traditional archaeology. It guides it. The laser finds the targets. Excavation on the ground confirms and fills in what they actually were. The two work together. What LiDAR has done is show us where to look, across areas so vast we could never have surveyed them on foot. Here's where I'll leave you. We'd like to think we know the shape of human history, that the great civilizations are all accounted for, mapped and understood. The Amazon is a stunning reminder of how much may still be hidden, not in undiscovered corners of the map, but right beneath places we looked at for centuries and simply misread. An entire world of people, cities and cultures, home to possibly millions, thriving for over 1,000 years, and then erased so thoroughly that we spent 5 centuries calling their homeland an empty wilderness. Their remnants never left. They lay in the earth under the trees waiting, until we finally invented an eye that could see through the forest. That's the humbling lesson of this find. The past isn't always lost because it was destroyed. Sometimes it's lost simply because we couldn't see it and were sure there was nothing to find. The remnants are patient. They wait for us to learn how to look. And every time we invent a new way of looking, the jungle and history itself gives up another secret it was keeping in plain sight. If this one amazed you, the next episode uncovers another remnant that rewrote what we thought we knew about the ancient world. That video's on your screen right now, and the full series is linked in the description below. Subscribe to Remnants of Times for what the past left behind every week. And tell me in the comments, if LiDAR can reveal a lost civilization under the Amazon, what else do you think is still hidden out there waiting to be found? I read every answer. See you in the next one.